We're going to start lying down this morning, so just get yourself comfortable in Shavasana. And then you have a blanket around as well, or block or bricks or something to use throughout the class today. So this morning's class, we're just going to have a really lovely, kind of like a slow flow this morning, just to allow the body to open, awaken. And we're going to be working into the hips, we're going to be working into the shoulders, and we're going to really be working with our breath. So we've been working with the vayus, the winds of the breath, over the last few weeks. And we're going to really try and put that all together in the class as always, and we're going to try and work. We're just feeling that energy, and if a pose becomes a little bit stronger, I just want you to be aware of the energy in your body, and then just trying to kind of use that to give you a little bit of strength. So we're starting in Shavasana. Let the palms face up towards the sky. Just moving the arms slightly away from the body. Feel the feet just dropping out to the sides. And feeling the shoulders dropping down into the earth. And then we're going to focus on the breath. As we lie here, just start to feel the breath in the back of the body. Feel how the body expands and presses down into the earth. As you breathe, your ribs expand and the shoulder blades drop down. As you exhale, you release. And notice also that your abdomen is swelling with the breath here. Just breathing in and breathing out. Just feeling the whole of the body releasing into the earth. And just making sure the neck and the chin feels nice and soft. We're going to take the hands onto the abdomen so we can really feel the breath in the abdomen here. The breath rises and falls underneath your hands. So just take a few moments just to really connect to that breath in your body. Just feel how the belly expands and feel that energy kind of like pressing down into your feet up to the crown. And then from here, just raise the hands onto the ribs and feel the breath in the ribs. So we're using our Dirga breath, this 3-part breath. And this just helps us really connect to our bodies, to that flow of energy. So we just breathe in, breathe out. And then from here, just taking the fingers onto the collarbone. And just breathe in all the way up to the collarbone. The chest rises and falls. Just listening to the sound of your breath. Maybe starting to just cultivate a little bit of Ujjayi breath in the back of the throat. And then from here, we're going to just bend the right knee, place the right foot onto the floor, and then hug that right knee in towards the chest. Just drawing that right leg in towards your heart centre, well, towards the right chest really. And just letting those shoulders drop down. Just notice if you start to arch in up through the neck. And if you do, just pop a blanket or a cushion underneath your head here. And then breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to lift the head up towards the knee. Keep the shoulders and the elbows nice and soft, and then releasing all the way down. And then again, we're going to exhale and lift the head up, and then breathing in, releasing down. From here, we're going to exhale, lift the head up, take the right foot in the left hand, and just drawing that leg across the body. Let the head come down, so you've got the right knee in the right hand, and then you've got the right foot in the left hand. And we're going to open up into that hip here. So we're just feeling that lovely movement into that hip as we open through that right hip. Just using your hands just to move that around. Back in the opposite direction. So we're getting a nice mobility there, nice little fluidity going on in that hip there. Just to start us off this morning. And then from here we're going to breathe in, lift up again, and then we're going to take the left foot, the right foot in the left elbow, lift the left foot off the floor a little bit. So the right foot's in the left elbow, and then the right knee is around the right elbow's around the right knee, and just squeeze that into the chest. Just draw that left leg up halfway, so you're kind of controlling the core. Lift through the chest and just hold it here. And we can use this left leg just to lift up and to lower down and to lift up. Now as you've lifted up, then take the right elbow around the back of the head, and then extend that left leg back out. And you can put it onto the floor if you want, or you can just take it up a little bit higher. And just breathe into that stretch. Doesn't matter if you can't bind, you can use your hands. And then from here we're going to release the bind. Take the foot, let the head come down, take the foot into the right hand, and just draw that shoulder back towards that right, bring the right knee back to the right shoulder, and just kind of holding onto that right foot here. So we feel that we're kind of drawing it back and taking it slightly out to the right hand side. Take the left arm up over the head, breathe in, roll onto that left side, lift that right leg up, and you might be able to hold on to those toes, you might not be able to. So we come into Antananasana. Push, good, lovely. Pushing that leg up, drawing that leg towards you. Try and roll onto that left hip a little bit more, so you're not kind of rolling back, you're rolling forward into it as we lift that leg up. Stretch into that right leg. Now you might not be able to hold onto the toes, but you can hold around the back of the leg, that's fine. You can just squeeze that leg and just draw that leg a little bit closer in towards you. And then from here, rolling back down. So allow this right hip to roll onto the floor, rolling all the way through. Take the left hand on the right knee. Keep rolling the right shoulder out, but taking that right knee across the body. So we come into our little twist, our universal twist. So that right knee comes across the body, stretch into that right hand. And just holding it here. Feel that lovely rotation through the body. And then just coming back, rolling that right knee all the way back. Let the right foot come onto the inside of the left thigh. Come up into your supine vrikshasana, so your supine tree pose. Press into that left foot. Taking the arms above the head, relax the shoulders. And then from here we're going to slide the right foot all the way out, pointing the toes, pointing into the fingers. And then from here we're going to exhale, bring the hands round, and we're going to pick up the left leg. And we're going to do exactly the same, but on the left hand side. So draw that left leg in towards the chest. And we're going to take a moment just to allow the muscles to kind of think what's going on and to feel that opening. From here, breathing in, lengthening. Exhale, lift the head up towards the knee, and then breathe in, releasing down. And again, exhale, lifting up and releasing all the way down. Now this time as we lift up, use your core, take the right hand around the left foot and take the left hand onto the left knee. Push that left knee slightly away, and then we're going to start to move into that leg. So just circling into that left leg, so we feel that lovely openness into that left hip here. And then back into the opposite direction. Just circling it around. And then from here we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift up, take the left foot into the right elbow if possible. That might not happen. And then the left elbow around the left knee. And just lifting that right leg up. You can lift the head up here and just squeeze that leg in towards the chest. You can draw the right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, lower it down. And then breathe in, low, lift it up. Now taking the left arm over the back of the head if possible. You don't have to do that, and you've got a strap you might want to use. And then just extend that right leg out, just drawing that left leg in towards the chest. You've got that lovely stretch and opening into that left hip. So I know this might feel a bit of a pose to do first thing in the morning, but we're kind of like, sometimes we're softer in the morning. And then exhale, release that left hand down. Take hold of that left foot in the left hand and just take that left foot up towards the sky and drawing that left knee down towards the left shoulder. So we're just it's kind of like half a happy baby pose there, isn't it? And just letting that leg move down towards the earth. And then from here, take the right arm up over the head, roll over now, just lift the head up into the right hand, extend that left leg up towards the sky and just drawing that left leg towards you. Now remember you can hold on, but try and roll onto that right hip here. So you're kind of rolling up and drawing the chest and the heart forward. Relax the shoulders, keep that leg coming in, straighten into that leg if possible. And then from here we're going to let the left hip just start to roll all the way down onto the earth. Bend that left knee, taking the left arm all the way out and then extend round, taking the left knee over to the right. So we've got a nice rotation going on there. It's a lovely little twist, a universal twist they used to call this. I'm sure it's called something else now. But we're just letting that knee roll down towards the earth, keeping that left shoulder, maybe lift the left arm slightly up. So you feel that stretch into the armpit and down the side of the left breast there. And that really stretches out into your lymph system as well, so it's kind of giving it a good stretch. Open up the seams of the arms, and also we're pressing into the artery that runs down the arm as well here to give it a good kind of palpate it. Then from here we're going to come back, we're going to bring that left foot, take that left foot onto the floor and drop that left knee out to the side. Take both arms up towards the sky, stretch into those fingers. So we're into a supine tree pose. Let that left knee drop out to the side. And then from here we're going to extend that left leg along the floor. So stretching into the whole body, feel the abdominals just opening here. And then exhale, bring the left knee in towards the chest, bring the right knee in towards the chest. And we're going to reach through the inside of the legs, hold onto the big toes, and let the knees just drop out to the side. And just rock here, just in a gentle, happy baby pose here. As we're just rolling through the spine, keeping that chin tucked in. The soles of the feet up towards the sky. And then straighten into both those legs. Now you might be able to hold on to the feet. You might keep the legs wide, so taking those legs up and out to the sides as we stretch through into the feet. And you might, if you can't hold on to the toes, you can hold on to the calves, you can hold on to the thighs. Wherever feels right for you, just opening through. Dropping those shoulders. Bring the hands, slide the hands all the way down the legs. Hug the knees in towards the chest. We're going to have a little rock. So we're not going to come all the way up. We're just going to kind of rock backwards and forwards. Just rolling through the spine here. I'm going monkey. And then hold it up in your boat. Lift the chest in your boat. Lifting, opening the legs, opening the arms. Exhale, roll down. Just have a few more rolls here. And sometimes that's quite hard, so give the back a little bit of a massage. And then rock up into your boat, lifting the chest, lifting the legs, lifting the arms. And then exhale. We're going to cross, actually we're not going to cross both legs. We're going to take the left leg, just keeping the right leg lifted, take the left leg onto the, just over, let me come this way. So we're going to take the left leg over and take the left knee over the right knee. And you might want to sit on a block, you might want to support that, that right knee there. Then from here we're going to breathe in, lifting the chest and the heart. Lift both arms up towards the sky, stretch up into those fingers. Exhale, fold forward, let your body come forward over that leg. And breathing into that right hip there. Turn this right foot up towards the sky as we pull the chest and the heart forward, and then we lower down and really feel that big stretch through that right leg there. Just holding it here. And then from here, breathe in and lifting up. Place that foot on the floor. Lift the chest up behind that left leg. And then we're going to rotate over to the left side. And just looking over. So a little bit of rotation, just to kind of move. I think flexion and rotation go lovely together. So they really kind of work the body. So they don't just... well, they do work the muscular system, skeletal system. They also work through our endocrine system as well and through our digestive system. And then exhale, coming all the way back. Breathe in, take in the left leg, take the right leg over. Same thing on the other side. Lifting the chest and the heart high. From here, lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, let the arms come forward. You can hold onto that foot or you can hold down the shin. Just be wary of that left leg there as we fold forward. And pulling the chest and the heart forward and working with the breath as we release into it. And then from here, breathing in, lifting up, bring that foot on the floor, rotate that arm round, taking the arm up and over and twisting through, looking over that right shoulder. And then ease all the way back, coming all the way back. Bring both knees in towards the chest again, lift those feet, lift those legs up, so we're stretching up into those legs, into our boat pose again. So just lifting, lengthening, opening through the chest. Take hold of those toes, lift that chest high, take those legs wide, focus on your core, lifting and lengthening. Bend the knees if you need to. And then from here, cross the ankles, roll all the way through, press back into your downward facing dog. Now just be careful because you've had the head kind of in one position and now it's coming into the other position. So it's coming down, you had the head up and now it's hanging down. So stretching down into those hands. When we press into those hands, remember that we're not pressing so much into the palms or dumping into the wrists. We're pressing through the whole of the hands and into those fingers. So let's just start to bend the knees and walk through the feet. And I want you to kind of like circle that hip, if that makes sense. So rather than, so we kind of like, as if it's kind of like almost cycling through the hips. Just bending one leg, sway out, and then the other. Bend the knees a little bit. You can bring the shoulders into play. But really getting a little bit of fluidity through the body here this morning. As we lift up, we can circle, we can come forward into a little plank maybe. Ripple back. So just play with your body and just see how it feels this morning. Even though we have done a few strong stretches into those hips already. So notice how the hips feel. From here we're going to breathe in. Lift that left leg up towards the sky. Stretch up into that left leg. Press down into the feet. From here we're going to bring that knee in towards the chest. And just hook it up here. Press down into those hands. And then exhale. Take that leg all the way back up towards the sky. Press into the feet. Breathe in, come forward. Hook it into the chest. Now just slide it. Take the foot round to the outside of the right leg. And then just push it back. So the legs, try and take so the knee kind of crosses over. Push all the way back with the hands, with that left leg just sticking up there a little bit in the air. Come forward, bring the right knee down onto the floor. Take the right leg out, sit back, but not too far, and just hold it here. So it's like Gomukhasana legs, so we've still got that lovely work and opening into the hip. Breathe in, we're going to come forward. We're going to tuck the right toe under, push back into dog. That left leg is still in that same position. Come forward, bring that knee in towards the chest. Exhale, sweep that leg up towards the sky. Opening up through that hip. So you open that leg, so you turn the left hip kind of to the outside of the left. Watch those hands. Be aware if you're kind of dumping into the right hand. And then from here we're going to bend that leg. Bring that left leg over to the left elbow and then bring that foot forward so we come into our pigeon leg here. Extending out into that right leg. Coming down, elbows on the floor. And if you want, you can take a blanket or you can take some blocks underneath the left hip. So we're in our pigeon leg pose. So I want you to really think about extending out into that leg. Extending out into that right leg. And from here we're just going to play with that as well. So rather than just come in and be static, we can move. So we can feel whether or not you need something underneath that hip. You can tuck those right toes under, lift the right toes back, push back. And I've just taken a blanket underneath my left hip. And then as I've tucked my toes under and pulled that leg back, it's just allowed my left hip to like really make contact with that blanket and give me that little bit of support. And then with my left heel, I can really squeeze down into my right hip with that. And breathe into this lovely pose here. Just find the release. And then from here, lift the chest, walk the hands back. And lifting the body up into that lovely back bend here, that back extension. extension. So we're just drawing the shoulders back, dropping the shoulders all the way down. Feel that you're tucking them into your trousers, your leggings, extending out into that right leg. And lift the chest, just hold it here. And if you've got blocks, you might want to take the blocks underneath the hands. And that gives you a deeper bend into the back, so it allows you to lift up a little bit deeper. And really feel you're softening into that right hip. As you open the chest, lift the heart space, open your throat, take a nice long deep breath in. Maybe even sigh the breath away here. Just feel your body just melting into this pose. And then from here, we're going to, if you're using blocks, just walking the blocks a little bit further forward. Exhale, let the chest come all the way down. Now roll through the back, so you kind of pull the chin through the chest, ripple up through the body, opening up through the heart, dropping into that right hip as you come forward as well. Pull the chest and the heart forward, rolling through the back, lifting up through the chest, and exhale, and coming all the way down, and breathing, and lifting all the way up, taking your time with this and opening up the chest again. Move those blocks out of the way. Tucking that back toe underneath. We're going to, from here, we're going to just lift that left knee off, slide that left foot back over that right thigh again. Come down, bring both knees back on the floor like we did at the beginning of that little sequence, and then sitting all the way back. Stretch the hips back. This time we're going to just sit back on those heels. Remember, if you've got a blanket around, you might want to use that. Sit back on those hips. Lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Stretching those arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the fingers together. Just bring the hands down onto the upper back. And feel this length from the elbow all the way down through the sides of the body. And just notice if those elbows are even, or maybe if you're a little bit wonky, you might be squashing into that left side of the body. Both elbows up as if we were doing Gumakasana with both elbows. Open the chest, that kind of brings a little bit of a back bend into the body. Exhale, lifting those hands, let those hands come all the way down onto the floor, outside of the feet, and let the head release down in those Gumakasana legs here. And just breathing into the back of the body here. And then from here we're going to push forward. Tuck the right leg under, push back into your downward facing dog. Just hold it here, notice how the hips feel, maybe bring a little bit more movement into the body. Just circling through the hips and just see how that feels, what's going on in the body here this morning. Lovely. Press down to the hands. Just notice that even though we've kind of, so far, it is floorish based, we're kind of creating a lot of heat in our body, a lot of energy. So from here we're going to work that little sequence onto the other side. So pressing the tailbone up towards the sky, press down into those hands. Lifting, lengthening. From here we're going to lift the right leg up. So just bring that right leg all the way up, press down into those hands. Now take a breathe in, stretch into the foot, press into the hands. Come right up onto onto the tiptoes of the left foot. Exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest. Just hold it here. And then exhale. Take that right leg all the way up. Press down into the hands. Come onto those, lift right up onto the left toes. That kind of gives you a little bit of an extra lift here. Feel the weight even in the body. From here we're going to come forward, we're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest. Take that right leg up over the left leg. push back into downward facing dog, and that left foot is kind of pointing up towards the sky. And then we're going to bring the left knee down onto the floor, take the left leg out. Exhale, just push back, but the bottom's not coming all the way down. Not yet. Press into those hands. Listen to the flow of the breath. Breathe in from here. We're going to come back up, tuck the left toes under, push back, keeping that right knee where it is. Come forward, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, lift that right leg, come onto those right toes, open up that right hip here. So we feel that right leg lifting all the way up, stretching. And then from here, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Bring the leg across the body, and we're going to come down into Ekapada Kapotasana. So if you want a blanket, you can pop a blanket underneath that right hip here. Now I know that my left side is easier to open and drop. So I probably should have had a bigger blanket here underneath my hip. But I can, as I've got that blanket there, I feel that I can lift and lengthen. Tuck those left toes under, push those left legs away, and then lower the body all the way down towards the earth. Relaxing those shoulders. And just dropping the right heel, tucking that left toe under, sliding that leg back so you get a definite drop into those hips. And then from here we're going to walk the hands back a little bit. And if you've got blocks, you want to use your blocks, you can take those blocks underneath those hands. And you can kind of walk them back a little bit, then you can walk them back a little bit further. Tucking the toe under, lengthening through. So we're kind of working with the hamstring where muscles work together, so the quadricep at the front of that left thigh is really opening and the hamstring is shortening at the back. So that's why people often get cramp when we come into this pose, because we're kind of like shortening to that hamstring. You can come up a little bit higher if you want to. If you're using bricks, you can take the bricks up a little bit higher if you wanted to, but just make sure as you come up you don't start to kind of collapse through into the chest. Lift and open the heart. Really feel yourself growing up from the pelvis through the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, into the third eye. Listen to the sound of breath, using that Ujjayi breath here. Now move the hands a little bit further away. Exhale, let the body come down. So the chest comes forward, the chin comes forward. Now roll up through the back and lifting and opening the heart. Exhale, coming down, coming forward, letting the body roll down. And then ripple up, so you push into the lumbar, then the thoracic, and then the cervical spine opens. And you lead slightly with the chin and the chest as it comes down. And then exhale, and then coming all the way up. Moving the bricks out of the way, just move those bricks. And then from here, taking the hands onto the floor, I'm going to move my blanket out of the way as well. We're going to tuck the back toe under. Lift the back knee off the floor, keep that right leg lifted. So the right leg is kind of across that left knee, push back. And then from here, come forward, bring the knees down onto the floor. Take the legs out to the side, sit back. Just noticing the difference here in the legs. And then from here, sit back on those heels. Settle down, and if you need a block or a blanket or anything really underneath those hips, taking it now. Turning those soles of the feet up towards the sky. And we're going to drop down into that right hip. Lift both arms, and if you feel wonky, take something underneath the left hip, because that will lift the left hip and drop the right hip to give you a little bit more balance. From here, we're going to lift both arms up towards the sky. And we're going to take the hands kind of behind the head and down the back, but try to think about this length all the way from the elbow, all the way down to the waist. Pull the chest and heart up a little bit further. So kind of having a little extension into the back. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, let both hands come all the way down. And just holding it here for a moment. And just breathing into those hips, allowing them to release. Then from here, we're going to come forward, walk those hands forward. Tuck the left toe under, the right leg is still hooking up over. Then take that right leg, lift that right leg up, open up that right hip as we stretch through. And then exhale, bring that right foot forward in between the hands. And bring the left foot forward in between the hands, so we're standing nice and tall, releasing the head all the way down. Breathe in, lifting halfway up, and as we do, feel the chest and the heart coming forward and pull through the belly. Exhale, fold it down, bend those knees, lift both arms all the way up towards the sky. Lifting those arms up high, linking those fingers, push those arms up towards the sky. Holding it here. Just take in the right foot, take it slightly wide, lift the left leg, take the arms out, so we come into our swaying palm tree pose, press into the fingers. Exhale, come over to the left, stretching out. Exhale, bring both hands down, both feet down onto the floor. Bring the hands through the body, squatting down. If you can, think about keeping the heels down on the floor, but if you need to, you've got a blanket around maybe and you can pop the heels on the blanket. Press those hips out to the side, lift the chest. Watch the hips, because we've done quite a bit of hips over the last few weeks, so if you really feel that you're just pushing those knees out, so you can kind of like bring the knees in and push the knees out. Bring the knees in and push the knees out. Take the left hand round and lift the right arm up. And then come back, bring the hands together. Bring the other hand, lift the other arm up. Stretch it through. And then exhale, bring both hands down. Push the bottom back a little bit. Heel toe in, so both feet are facing forward. And you can just lift those toes up to give yourself a little bit of balance. Drop back into the hips. From here, they're going to take the right arm underneath the right knee. Lift the left arm up towards the sky. And we're going to come round and we're going to bind. Keeping that bottom dropped. Roll the right shoulder up towards the sky. It's a nice little twist. So twist and flexion. Exhale, release the hands down. Let the head just hang here. Pull the chest up a little bit, bend those knees again. Take the left hand underneath the left knee. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Bring the hands together. Drop in the right shoulder. Be wary of your shoulders. If that feels too much on the shoulders, remember you've got a strap around. Good, lovely. Nice binding. And then exhale and releasing the head all the way down. Let the shoulders feel nice and loose. Heel toe and feet in towards each other again. Bend those knees, breathe in. Sweep those arms up towards the sky. Stretch those arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Bring the hands into the heart center. Spread the toes. Open up the soles of the feet. standing at the front of the mats. Palms together. Feel yourself dropping into those hips. Lift both arms up towards the sky. Stretch those arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the hands come all the way down. And remember, you've got bricks here. If you want to use your bricks, you can bring the hands down onto the bricks. Release the head all the way down. Breathing in, lifting the chest and the heart high. From here, we're going to lift that right leg up behind you. Pull the chest forward. Trying to keep the right leg level with the chest, so it's not lifting up too high. Bend that left leg, pull the chest forward, find the energy in your body. From here, we're going to bring the thumbs into the heart space, drop back with that right foot. Allow that right arm to float forward all the way up. Draw a nice big circle with that right leg, with the right arm, and then take the left arm up. Look down to the right hand, bending into that left knee. Stretch it through. Reach up to the left hand. Look to the left hand. And breathe here. Be aware of your gripping with your feet, maybe even lifting the toes up and then placing them down. Feel that energy lift from the inside of the soles all the way up to the centre and then up through the body. Be aware of really opening up into this left side, and we were talking about this earlier on about how it works with the lymph in our body. Excuse me. Bend that left knee a little bit deeper. Reach forward with that left arm. Bring that left hand. Now I've got a block, so I'm going to bring my hand on the inside of my left foot. And I'm going to take my right arm up and over into Sarvangasana. And just holding it here. Roll those ribs up towards the sky. Pressing into those fingers. Nice long deep breaths here. Exhale, let that right hand now circle all the way round. I'm going to take a brick with me over to the other side. Walk the hands all the way over to the other side. Come onto the back toes. From here, just let that right arm carry on and then bringing it up so you come into Paraviti Sarvangasana. Roll through those ribs. Bring that right hand. Watch you don't press too deep into that left shoulder here. Drop into that hip, onto that back toe so the back hip lifts and gives you mobility into that left hip here. Exhale, let that right hand drop back down onto the earth. Moving the brick out of the way. Bending into that knee, pull that chest and the heart forward. Exhale, from here we're going to sweep that right leg all the way up towards the sky. Now open up that hip, bring that heel over towards that opposite buttock. And then this time we're going to bring the right knee over to the left elbow. Hover here. And then exhale, press back. Open up. Lift that leg, really lift and lengthen. And then this time we're going to drop it round behind us. So drop the foot onto the floor and pushing through, opening up into the chest. You can bend the knee or you can keep that bottom leg straight if you want to, or you can even keep the knee down on the floor. Good, lovely. And then from here, so we're kind of like, whoop, we're over here. We're going to breathe in, we're going to come all the way back. Push back into dog, lift that right leg up towards the sky. Come forward, bring that left knee down onto the floor. Lift the left toes, drop the chest, and then slide through, up, coming into a cobra. Lifting the heart here. Keep the hips on the floor if possible. And then exhale, lower the chest down to the earth. Push, bring the toes together as our cobra has one tail. Roll the shoulders, take the hands a little bit further out to the side, lift the chest, and then exhale, release down. Breathing in, lifting the chest, and exhale. Try to make sure you're not scrunching those shoulders around the ears. And breathe in, bring the hands underneath the chest. Breathe in, lifting up, tuck the toes under, push into plank, into downward facing dog. Spread those hands. Listen to your breath. From here we're going to take the right leg up towards the sky. Stretch into that right leg. Breathe in, bring that right foot forward in between the hands. Bring the left foot forward in between the hands. Release the head all the way down towards the earth. Breathe in, lift both arms up towards the sky. Stretching those arms all the way up, open up through the heart. Now from here we're going to exhale, take those hands round behind you. Bring those hands into prayer. Now if that's not possible, hold on to the elbows, or you can take the hands pointing down. So whatever feels good for you. And when we've got the hands here, just watch those shoulders, because they do like to tend to come forward. So kind of like lift them, roll them up without pushing the belly out too much. Lift and open the heart, look up. Bend those knees, exhale, and we're going to fold forward. So bending the knees here if you want to. Letting the head come down. Keep those shoulders away from the ears as we come into a nice forward fold here. And then from here, breathe in. Bend those knees as we lift all the way up. Sweep those arms up towards the sky. Stretch up into those hands. Exhale, let those hands come all the way down towards the earth. You can use your bricks here if you want to use your bricks. So taking those hands down. I've got one brick here, so I'm going to use that. Pull the chest and the heart forward. From here we're going to lift that left leg all the way up behind you. So just lifting that left leg. Find your balance. Pull the chest and the heart forward. Bend into the right knee. Bring the hands into the heart. Drop that left foot down. Sweep that left arm all the way. Circle the right arm up so we come into our exalted warrior. Looking down towards that left hand and then turn to look up to that right hand. Bend that right knee and really feel that you're opening through this side of the body. Allow this energy, allow your body to work through your lymphatic system. And breathe deep. Bend a little bit deeper if possible. And then from here, breathe in. We're going to move forward. We're going to bring that right hand forward. You can rest the right arm onto the knee if you want. You can bring the right hand down to the floor. Try not to get this hip up. Bend deep. Let this left arm follow all the way round. And bring the left arm up. Bend deep into that right leg. Roll the ribs. Listen to the breath. Stretch into those left fingers. Listen to the sound of your breath here. Try not to let the hand drop. Really feel that you're pressing energy into those fingers. We've got one long line, rolling those ribs. Now from here, let that left hand come all the way round. Take your brick with you if you want to take your brick with you. And bring both hands down onto the floor. We're going to sweep that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Now open up that hip. We're going to bring the left knee over to the right elbow. And then come up. Lift that left leg. We're going to take the weight into the right hand. Drop that left leg behind you. And sweep the body up and over. Press into that left foot. And then from here, left hand comes down. Push back. You might have to have a little minor adjustment there. Lift that left leg up towards the sky. Come forward, bring that right knee down onto the floor. Lift the right foot. Lift the left leg. And then slide through into your cobra, lifting the heart. Exhale and fold all the way down. Take a moment here. Take the hands slightly out to the side. Breathe in, we're going to lift up. Look over the right shoulder this time. Come back. Lift over look over the left shoulder. Come back to the centre. Release down. And again, breathing in, lifting the chest. Keeping the legs sucking together. Exhale. And coming down. And one last time, breathing in, lifting here. Press out into those fingers. And then exhale, release down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades all the way down the back. Lift the chest, tuck the toes under, lift into plank. Push back into downward dog. Opening up through the legs. Letting the head feel nice and loose, press into those hands. Bend those knees, look forward, walk, step or jump in between the hands, releasing the head all the way down. And then breathe in, lift the chest and the heart high. Exhale, fold forward. And breathe in, lift in the chest and the heart high. And exhale. And fold forward. So we've done quite a bit of back extension, so letting the hands just drop round the back of the legs, bring the head in towards the chest, and then drop the hands down onto the earth. Heel toes slightly out, and then from here we're going to come down into a nice deep squat. Reach those hands forward, both my feet are quite close and facing forward. Drop down onto your bottom and then lift those legs up, lifting the chest and the heart. Come down, bring those knees in towards the chest. Lower the body down onto the floor, press into the hands, and then we're going to take the legs all, I'll just make sure I don't go down the stairs, all the way over into Halasana. So just taking those legs over the head. Now, if you don't want to do Halasana, so which is our plough pose, you can always have a bolster or cushion underneath your hips and then just do like a shoulder stand. But otherwise, if you want to, you can take those legs all the way over. Keep the hands in the lower back. Bring those elbows together. And then from here, we're going to take the right leg up, bend the left leg, and then take that right leg away. And then come back, swap the legs over, bend the other leg, whichever leg you bent last time, and then taking the other leg away. And then bring both legs back to the centre. Pressing up into those legs, so keeping the legs up if possible in your shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand, I'll give you a quick modification. So let's take a shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand, you can take your hips just onto a cushion. This is a bit of a low cushion, and then just taking the legs up towards the sky if you want. But if you're up in shoulder stand, Taking those legs right the way up, pushing up, 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 up into those legs. Now from here, turn the fingers round the other way. So this is really important. So the fingers face round the ribs and the thumbs are facing into the back and the fingers are facing forward towards the front of the ribs. Now take the right leg and just see if you can drop the right leg down to the floor. So you come into like a bridge with the left leg up towards the sky. Lovely, beautiful. Push those hips up high. Watch those fingers, lovely. Breathe in, come back into your shoulder stand. So just pushing up, lovely, good. And let's try the other leg. So we're going to take the left leg down and the right leg comes up. Good, nice. Good, good. And then take both legs all the way up towards the sky. Remember, if you don't like this, then don't come into your shoulder stand. You've got half shoulder stand, or just come down onto the floor. So from here, we're going to come into Matsyasana, our fish pose. So we've got the legs up in our shoulder stand. So you kind of like bring them sort of like back into like a Halasana pose. Take the hands down on the floor, let the head come up as the body kind of rolls down. And then from here, the hands are underneath, let the legs come down. As the legs come away, you're going to lift your body up. And then taking the legs away, coming in, opening up through the chest and the throat and the heart. Now, you can, if you've got blocks, so this is a lovely modification. You can just take your blocks behind the back, roll over and then open the chest this way if that doesn't feel too much on your neck, but you'll know if the position's in the right place. It's kind of up between the shoulder blades and your head. If your head doesn't reach the floor there, just put a blanket underneath it and then that's a lovely modified Matsyasana fish pose. Oh, excuse me. So you're in your fish pose, so lowering down into fish. And then from here, to come out of your fish, you just come up, pull the chin in, let the body come down onto the floor. Release the arms all the way out. Bring the knees in towards the chest and just rocking those knees from side to side. Maybe turn the head in the opposite direction of the knees as we just twist through. Then take the arms out, let the knees drop over to the right hand side. Relax those shoulders, open those arms. And then bring the knees back to the centre, taking the knees over to the other side, drop the knees over to the left hand side, look over to the right hand side. And then coming back to the centre, bring the knees in towards the chest, have a couple little rocks through the body. Just seeing how that feels, and then coming up into a seated position. So giving your body a little massage there. Sitting nice and tall. Roll the shoulders. If you want to sit on a blanket, you can sit on your blanket. Or a block, or a brick, or a cushion, a pillow. And then just rolling the shoulders down the back, lift the chest up high. Listen to the sound of the breath here in your body. From here, we're going to breathe in, lift both arms all the way up towards the sky, stretching up. Link those fingers, push those hands all the way up. Exhale, taking those arms all the way down. Take the fingers behind you and lift the chest and the heart. And then as you exhale, fold forward, let the head come all the way down towards the earth. Just dropping through. You might find that the head comes down quite easily after that practice, that hip opening practice. And then from here, breathing in and rolling all the way up, sitting nice and tall, palms facing up towards the sky. Let the eyes close, listen to the sound of the breath here in your body. Just allow yourself to center here, focusing on that breath. Be aware of the subtle breath, those vayus in your body from your belly to your throat and your throat to your belly. And then breathe in, lengthen up through the body. As you exhale, bring the chin all the way down towards the chest. Drop that chin, drop the shoulders away from the ears. And then just let that chin just carry on down the chest. Open up into the back of the neck and into the back of the thoracic region of the spine. Let the hands just fold forward onto the floor. And the weight of the head just comes down, just undoing through that spine. Letting the head drop down. Releasing into the hips, into the sacrum. Maybe the elbows come down onto the earth. Maybe the head comes down to the earth. Just whatever feels good for you, as far as you feel you can go. And then from here, just rolling all the way back, pressing into those hips. And just rolling all the way back up into a seated position. Just turn the head to the right. Come back, turn the head to the left. Breathing, come through, looking slightly up. Exhale, bring the chin down, Jaladhara Bandha, so breathe all the way out, locking that breath out of the body for a moment. And then lift the head. And from here we're going to come down into Shavasana. So take your time. But just remember, in Shavasana is the most important part of our practice. It's a time for us to really simulate what we've done in our practice today, which is quite a bit, so in different areas. So this is our time really to kind of just take it all in, let our bodies release, making sure that you're warm and comfortable. As we lie down, let the palms just face up towards the sky. Let the feet drop out to the sides. Breathe in. And as you exhale, just sigh the breath away. Feel the body just dropping down into the earth. Each exhalation we can feel the body sinking deeper further. Just feel that exhalation as the breath of letting go here. And don't worry if you feel that you go in and out of consciousness, that's absolutely perfectly normal. All you need to do is just listen to my voice and just allow yourself to relax. Take the awareness to the crown of the head. As we breathe in, just imagine you're drawing that energy up into the crown of the head, and you're able to open up through the crown of the head. And just drawing that energy from the outside, from the universe, just exhale, just drawing it down into your mind. And just as it comes down through the mind, just sweeping away any tension, any worries, any cares you have in your mind. And then just allow that wave of energy just to drop down. Almost feel as if your face is melting away, and the eyebrows and the eyes, the lips, the jaw, the tongue. As it goes into your throat and your neck and over the shoulders, you can feel the shoulders just dropping deeper, further into the floor. And almost as if all your awareness from your head above is just almost feels like it's smudged out, and you're just aware of the chest and the arms. And as we exhale, the arms are just dropping down heavy into the earth. Backs of the hands, the palms of the hands. Feel the chest rise and fall, and just allow that to soften. Feel that wave of energy just melting down over the chest, over the abdomen, over the hips, the buttocks, through the groin and down through those legs, over the knees, the shins, the calves, the ankles, the heels, the soles of the feet and to the toes. And then out of the soles of the feet, just imagine you're drawing that energy out of the soles of the feet, just taking away anything that no longer serves you. Just taking that away. Just feeling yourself releasing here. Feel yourself letting go. And just taking a few moments now to be still, to be quiet, to release, to relax, and to let go. here, take a breath through the nose, feeling the body expand. And as you exhale, just feeling your body release, let go. And again, take a nice long deep breath in. And exhale and releasing. Bring some movement to your fingers, to your toes, just allowing your body to awaken. Stretch those fingers, stretch those toes. And then from here, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Hugging those knees in and rocking those knees from side to side. Dropping the knees over to the right hand side. And just curling over onto the right hand side, drawing the knees up and the jaw down. And then just very gently in your own time, just coming up into a seated position, taking your time. Sitting tall, actively lift up out of those hips. Breathe in, lift both arms up towards the sky, stretch and lengthen. Bring the palms together, bring the hands over the eyes. Seal your practice in today. Let the hands drop all the way down to the heart space. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And then breathe in and lift in the head. And thank you very much for your practice. Thank you. Om Shanti.